Before we jump in, if you are enjoying the Florida Holidays podcast, don't forget to subscribe or follow along wherever you're watching. It means that every new episode will land straight in your feed, so you'll never miss a thing, whether we're sharing top tips for Florida holidays, big US city breaks, or anything else in between. It's all going to be right there for you. Let's dive straight into the episode.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Florida Holidays podcast. My name is Abby, and I am joined today, as always, by my co-host Zara.
Hello.
Hi, you okay today?
Yes, we are on location. You will see that we are not in our usual studio.
We're not.
We feel a bit giddy, I think.
We do.
Excited.
Today, we are joined by two very, very special guests that have joined us all the way from the USA. We have got Laura and Alison from Universal Orlando Resort.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, hello. Thank you for having us. I know, we're just going to say the same thing.
Same thing. At the same time.
Yes, in unison.
Yes.
Always. Yes.
Thank you for hosting us. It is gorgeous here. It's our first podcast on location. So
Your first ever.
Yeah.
That's really exciting
Yes.
and an honor for us
Yes,
to
no
be
doubt.
that for you.
No doubt.
We are here talking all things Halloween Horror Nights and Epic Universe today with these lovely ladies. Do you want to introduce yourselves first? Tell us a little bit about what you do at Universal Orlando Resort.
Sure. I'm Alison Solo-Gaistoa. I head up the public relations team at Universal Orlando, and we really talk about everything and anything going on across the parks, which is why I'm really excited to be here and talk about Epic with you all today. And I'll let my good friend Laura tell you about herself.
I'm Laura Sauls. I am the assistant director for the Entertainment Creative Development team at Universal Orlando, and our team gets to create all the amazing content for our marquee events. Our biggest one being Halloween Horror Nights, but we also have Mardi Gras in our holiday program, our Grinchmas program. But you know, Halloween Horror Nights is our 365 day a week creative. So I am here to talk all things Halloween with you all, and I'm so excited about it.
Oh, we're here for it, aren't we?
Yes,
We
absolutely.
are very excited.
Yeah.
So Halloween Horror Nights is moving into its 35th year.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big year. Can you tell us a little bit about what a 35th anniversary might bring for Halloween Horror Nights?
Yeah, our anniversary years are always our biggest, right? And it's always fun when we get into an anniversary year to figure out what we want to lean into. What do we want to lean into our past? Do we want to do something different? And this year is no different. 35 meant, okay, well, how are we going to really create something new, but something iconic for our fans? And so we did just that, looking into our history. Our fans asked for these two icons to come together, and we're giving them that. So we are bringing Jack the Clown, who has been a part of Halloween Horror Nights since 2000. So he's been around quite a long time and took the event on himself for many
100%.
years.
Yes.
But Dr. Oddfellow also has been a part of Jack's story for as long as Jack has been around.
Of course.
But then Dr. Oddfellow took over the event just a few years back. So bringing those two iconic characters together for this 35th year of Halloween Horror Nights was definitely the way we wanted to go. And we wanted to do it in a new way. So the carnival has been a huge part of Dr. Oddfellow and Jack the Clown's story. And this year it's going to be no different, except for these two are coming together, not as friends, not as buddies.
This is all so exciting.
Right? They're coming together because their power is igniting this new Infernal Carnival of Nightmares. And if you take the first letter of each one of those words, it spells icons.
Wow.
Infernal Carnival of Nightmares. So it spells icons. So these two icons.
I love those little tidbits.
Yeah.
Right?
These two icons are coming together to make this new carnival. And this new carnival is powered by your screams, by your fear, and they're welcoming you into that carnival and creating new stories for some of the other iconic characters that you've seen from our past.
That's right.
So 35 is, we're going big again. As
Can
we
you
do,
tell we're excited?
Yeah.
It's so cool.
We're going big as we do, every year.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And we're very excited that these two icons are going to be the ringmasters of fear.
Oh, that's great. I can see Stranger Things 5 just behind
Yeah.
you there. My
Yes.
husband is very excited for that one in particular.
Yes.
We're very excited because as you may know, we've worked with Netflix for 10 years.
Yeah.
And we had a haunted house based on Stranger Things 1.
Mm-hmm.
We had a haunted house based on Stranger Things 2 and 3 together.
Yeah.
Just a couple years ago, we did season 4. That's when Vecna made his first appearance, right? All houses were hugely popular.
Yeah.
So when we knew Netflix was coming out with the 5th and final season of this Stranger Things series, this partnership, we were like, can we come along with you and finish this ride at Halloween Horror Nights? And they opened their arms. We worked with the Duffer Brothers, Netflix. It's a great collaboration.
Yeah.
Right.
And so this Stranger Things 5 Haunted House, the series had a lot of those emotional stories that were kind of wrapped up. We're making a haunted house. So we wanted to go
Can't
after.
get emotional, right?
We're going to tap into some,
a little tiny bit
of those emotions, but we're also going to tap into seeing Vecna around every corner, seeing demo dogs, seeing demogorgons, going into those major places.
Yeah.
This haunted house is huge. The scenes are enormous. You're going into the Maxi, you're going into the abyss, it's just a really fun house. And yes, we're going to connect some of those emotional things. We're going to have some of the comedy that you saw.
Right.
Delightful Derek. He's my favorite character. My favorite character.
Yes.
So you'll see him, and maybe that quote that he gives Vecna, I'm not going to say it aloud. You'll have to come to the event and see him give Vecna the middle finger. But no, the house is so rich with all those monsters, and we're going to be with the group as the group is trying to slay all those monsters and really get after Vecna. So it is going to be a horrific experience, but we're very excited to, again, work with Netflix to wrap up this amazing series and have a haunted house based on that final season 5.
Yeah. And it seems only right that you guys get to do that. After, like you said, you've seen the journey through the whole way, right from the beginning. So I love that.
It's cool.
So could you just tell us a little bit about more of the creative process and how you guys work with the likes of Netflix on something like Stranger Things 5 versus your own houses that you've thought up and created yourselves? What's the creative process and when does it start? I know you said it was 365.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It feels like that. No, it's our creative process is now about an 18-month process.
Oh, is that all?
That's not long at all. No, we're already well down the path for 2027. And that really starts with a week of what we call a brainstorm week. And that week in late March, early April, we bring all of the creative entities together. We bring our scenic designers, we bring our character developers, we bring our show direction team all together to just come up with our original content ideas.
Yeah.
And because we do a lot of really awesome original content houses, we're able to start those earlier and allow our IPs to come in like a few months after, right? So we really get started with those original content ideas. And that's an amazing week. It's a fun week because no idea is a bad idea. Every character idea, every location idea, every era, right? Sometimes people just have, I want to do a house based in the 1920s. Okay, let's go. Let's figure out what's in there.
What is that?
What is that? Yeah. We have people that have character ideas that, I want to do a spider character. Great. What is that? Right? But all those things go onto a giant whiteboard and we all just start talking and it's just a week. And at the end of that week, we come out with 5 really diverse, 5 really great original content ideas. And typically before we go into that week, we have an idea of what intellectual properties we want to work with. That way we know our slate is diverse.
Yes.
Because for instance, if we have a slasher as an intellectual property, we don't want to do an original content house that's a slasher.
Of course,
Right? If we have a super gory intellectual property, we probably will not go super gory for because we want to do something uniquely different. If we have a comedy, a dark comedy, a horror comedy house as an intellectual property, we probably won't do one as an original content. So we really go into that brainstorm week wanting to create a diverse content slate for each event.
And you know what I would love to add to what you and your team do brilliantly is that a lot of times people think, oh, I'm going because of Stranger Things, or I'm going for this other intellectual property that they may think is just the best movie of all time. But what they find as they visit the event is that these original concepts become some of their favorites.
I agree.
Right?
I absolutely agree. It's as though you've just got free reign.
Yes.
Your imaginations have run wild. You can take it that step further.
Yes.
So that some of the original houses and the characters have always been amongst my favourite whenever we've been to Horror Nights.
You're validating what we hear because people come and want to be put into the different environments that these folks bring together beautifully and authentically.
They're so beautiful, aren't they? Some of it's such a shame that you're sort of walking around, sort of looking what's coming at you from every corner because the detail of the houses, it's so intricate. Everything is thought of, the smells, everything.
And they think of everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
That's
why
really,
they're the best.
do. Yeah.
The one thing that Universal Orlando does for Halloween specifically is we have a daytime tour called Unmasking the Horror. And that daytime tour takes you into that closer look without the scares there, without all the smells and everything attacking every sense, right? So you can do that Unmasking the Horror. Now that's a daytime tour. It is a different price point, but it takes you into these houses so you can take your time to see all of that detail that you might miss.
Absolutely.
When you're there
at night, running around like this.
with all the jump scares attacking you, you might miss some of those details, which I love that we do that for our fans because so many of our fans want to see that detail.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's just such a shame to waste it almost. So whenever I'm walking into a house, and particularly the ones that are in the sound stages and things like that, and you're so brave to begin with. You know, that first sort of, when you're walking in that very first set and you're thinking, right, okay. And then you could oh, look at all of these things. And then, obviously, then you're just scared to death. But that first little bit, you're like, oh, wow, the detail.
And I love, the other thing I love about our scenic designers is, yes, we typically have big facades, but what we've done over the last couple years with our scenic design, just our scenic designers are the best in the business. They really are. But they will take you sometimes to open you up in the beginning and then really kind of squish you in. And then more recently, they put 2 or 3 facades within a house. All of a sudden you're opened up again and you're like, whoa, another beautiful giant facade. And then of course, we squeeze you in again. But no, the scenic designers we have at Universal Orlando are just the best in the business. And this year's content, the Hellraiser house.
Yeah.
That scenic design is different and unique than anything we've ever done before.
Wow.
It's just so cool. When you get into the lament box, which you're going into the lament box, you're in this labyrinth where you're going to see the Cenobites follow you. And you see them 3 rooms away. And so because the walls are open, they're also going to be able to scare you through those 3 scenes multiple times. But we've never done that before, right? We've never had an open wall scenes where you're seeing the characters before you actually get to them. Right? And it's our scenic designers that can work with the show directors and kind of come up with ways that are new to Halloween Horror Nights, which is, it's a great collaboration.
Right.
And everyone loves what they do. So.
That just makes the world of difference when everybody is so passionate about it all. And that was going to be one of my next questions, was how do you make every single house different every year? But they must have some real crazy ideas. I would love to be a fly on the wall that week.
Yeah, but it's not just the houses though either, is it? I mean, we can't skip over the scare zones, the food, all of the extra bits and pieces that you get at the event.
Yeah. Well, we want to make it completely immersive.
Immersive, yes.
Right? From the moment you check in at your hotel.
Yes.
Right? The hotel lobbies are decorated
Yeah.
and
amazing.
themed out to Halloween. There's sometimes photo ops in the hotel
That's right.
lobbies that you can go to. Some of the bars have overlays that if you want a specialty cocktail that's Halloween themed, you can go there. And then when you go to City Walk, Dead Coconuts
Dead coconut
is like your first stop before you get to Halloween Horror Nights, right? And that's always got a new theme and a completely immersive food. And this year they will
cocktails.
have food at Dead Coconuts,
Yes, they will.
which is
Ooh,
really
it's very exciting.
cool,
That's
right?
amazing.
And cocktails. And then once you get to the event and once you cross the gates of Universal Studios
the
Florida,
gates.
you're right there, and you're seeing the Halloween
It's-
Horror Nights sign.
yeah.
And this year you will go into the Infernal Carnival. You're going to see Jack and Oddfellow like welcoming you in, wanting your fear, wanting your scream. You're going to see all their wicked carnies, and of course
amazing.
chainsaw carnies.
Of
Of course, we have chainsaws. But you're also going to see some other iconic characters. Then the food and beverage this year looks so amazing.
That's the thing. Our culinary team has really stepped up their game in the past few years, really trying to theme that food and beverage to what the event is, rather than just your typical things that you could get at the theme park, right? And so they're going to the next level. Laura's doing a special tasting next week on some of the
I
cocktails.
get to taste some of that. We've been working with the cocktail team
dreamy.
on coming up with Jack the Clown and Dr. Oddfellow cocktails. So there will be a Maniac mixer for Jack the Clown, and there will be an Oddfellow elixir for Dr. Oddfellow.
Nice.
I get to taste those next week. I'm very excited about it.
Lucky ducky.
We also
the best drop.
We also our graphic team got to create the graphics for the handles for All Hail the Pumpkin Lord. Is that not fun?
I love it.
You know, that was the chant that everyone
Yeah.
says for the pumpkin lord. All hail the pumpkin lord.
All
well, this
hail.
is all hail the pumpkin lord.
Brilliant.
And it's all those little details outside of the houses that keep the whole thing alive. It's not like you go into the house, you've had your scare, and you come out and you can take a breather for a minute. Like, it keeps going. The
Yes, it
atmosphere,
does.
the lights, the
Mhm.
performers, the food, all of the things. It is such, like you said, a totally immersive
Yes.
experience from
Mhm.
the second that you get in.
Yeah.
I adore it.
And we're bringing back those experiences that we did last year, and even more.
Amazing.
Like, and the shows.
The
The shows
shows,
are
yes.
bigger this year
The
than I
shows
think
are
we've done.
out of this world,
So
aren't they?
good, right?
Yeah.
Nightmare Fuel's coming back with a
Amazing.
new story.
Ooh.
It's a blood noir story. It's vampires. It's set in a film noir environment. I mean, you had me right
there.
Right there.
Yeah. Say no more.
Yeah.
Say no more.
No more
Vampires
information needed.
with a noir, gritty city environment. I love it. And then, of course, we're celebrating 10 years of Stranger Things on the Lagoon. And this is the first time the Lagoon has one IP. Right? This is
Okay.
the first time the
Okay.
Lagoon show is focused
Right.
on
Oh.
one IP. And of course, it had to be Stranger Things. For the last 10 years, Netflix has produced Stranger Things. For the last 10 years, we've worked with Netflix on Stranger Things. So the Lagoon can tell those more emotional stories that the house won't dab into. But Stranger Things also has really great music,
Oh, the best.
right?
The best
Even just
soundtrack,
the
yeah.
score of Stranger Things, everyone in the world knows it.
Yeah.
Everyone in the world. And then they infuse that pop music from the 80s.
Yeah.
So I think the Lagoon is going to be a huge hit, and there's more times to view the Lagoon show this year.
Oh, that's good.
Because
yeah.
they said we all believe it's going to be a huge hit. We gave our guests more times to view
Yeah.
the Lagoon show.
So you probably can't tell us too much about that at the moment, but I'm thinking projections,
Yeah.
music,
Yep, all the things.
all the drones, lights.
Drones probably not.
Okay.
Drones probably not. We're saving that for Sensational.
Yes.
But all the water screens, all the projections, all the pyro,
Yes.
all that hard driving music.
Yeah.
But we're going to save the drones for Sensational. But
Yeah.
anything else that Lagoon can do, we're going to
Yeah.
throw the kitchen sink.
Oh, that's going to be worth seeing then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
For anybody who is going to Halloween Horror Nights for the very first time this year, obviously it's a real big one to make your first event. Have you got any top tips of how to approach it, how to get the most out of their visit?
I like to say, and I know Allison has heard me say this, take your time. It's really easy to go into Halloween Horror Nights, and once you get to the gate, you're like, I'm going to go here first, and I'm going to do this, and everyone gets that. You just get that energy, right? That really fast energy. Take your time, right? Go at it at a pace. This year, we're actually opening a few houses early at 2 p.m. and there's a 2 p.m. ticket that you can buy. If you have your Universal Studios ticket, your Halloween ticket, there's a 2 p.m. ticket. So we're opening 3 houses. So if you want to take your time, that might be an option to go early, get in there early. Also, I've told a lot of people, stay until 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Sometimes
early.
My son does that. Yeah, goes in later and stays right until.
Yeah, because a lot of our guests leave at midnight.
Yeah.
And so those queue lines go down. So when those queue lines go down, there's more opportunity for you to see more things. Yeah. And our characters are there till 2 a.m. They're scared.
They're going nowhere.
They're going nowhere. And they're having the time of their life till 2 a.m. So you're getting the same scare at 2 a.m. as you get at 2 p.m.
That's exactly right. The other thing I think people do, and understandably, they want to get into those houses like Stranger Things or Hellraiser or Sinners early. I would wait and put those towards the end. I would do the original content first because those are the ones that people aren't necessarily rushing to. So you can get kind of those checked off your list and then go, as Laura's saying.
When everyone's heading out.
Yeah, it's kind of quieting down and you get those great scares in those houses. It's the perfect way to do it. Or sometimes a good tactic is run to the back of the park and start and work your way forward.
Yeah. And the back of the park has some really big IPs this year.
Really good.
Really big IPs. The other thing for a first time goer, put your phone away. Because the phone, someone looking at their phone is the best distraction for a scare.
Oh, I'm surprised you'd give that tip.
I had to give that tip. No, we want them to see where we're coming from. But that phone is a great distraction.
And
put it away because we want to immerse you. We want you to see what you're doing, right?
What you're doing.
What we're all doing. Also, I like to do this, and I offer this to people. If you've gone a couple days, if you're there night 2 and you just want to watch people getting scared, the scare zones, just sitting on a bench and watching people get scared is some of the best times.
Great entertainment.
Ever. Great entertainment.
For sure.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That is a really good tip.
It is, yeah. So as part of a wider holiday to Universal Orlando Resort, obviously you mentioned earlier about some of the hotel lobbies having theming and the bars and things. Halloween Horror Nights for us just makes the great centerpiece of that trip. You've got all the fall things happening in the parks. And that we love going in the fall, don't we? With like that crisp air, it's sort of starting to turn a little bit, and then the evenings get chilly, and you just immerse yourself in all of it. I think adding Halloween Horror Nights onto a trip in the autumn for us is like
must do.
It's a no-brainer to fill your evenings with something spooky at the premier horror event.
And the way it's done as well, obviously it transforms, doesn't it, from your day guests to evening. It just switches and you sort of get that sinister feeling as it starts to drop dark out, starts to drop cooler, like you say, and all of a sudden it just takes on a whole new feeling, doesn't it? That's completely different to what you get in the day.
So just a few questions to wrap up on Halloween Horror Nights. How do you know, Laura, that a scare is going to work? What is that point of the creative process where you think, yes, that's going to get them?
Well, we've done this for 35 years.
So you know a few things.
We have a long history of figuring things out. The team has figured a lot of really unique scares out. And again, we're still, like I said with Hellraiser, we're pushing the limits to find out. But the one thing that we say is Halloween Horror Nights always evolves. It evolves even after our guests go through our houses. I mean, one things we like to do, we said it a lot, is we like to stand at the end of the houses, not only to see people coming out screaming and then laughing, but also they come out talking. Right?
You want to know what they're
saying what they liked, what they were not as much fan of, you know what I mean? And we're listening to that.
Amazing.
We're listening to that and going, okay, we heard a lot that this one scare wasn't working. Let's go in ourselves and figure out how to make that scare work. It's a constant evolution, especially in our streets, because our characters in our streets, until they have guests in the streets, really have an idea of what their character is, have an idea of how they would scare, but until you have people, you don't really know what works. So our scare zones are a constant evolution as well. Figuring out now, okay, guests are more traveling this way. So because they're traveling this way, this is how we're going to scare. This is how we're going to move around. Oh, they're stopping here. Okay, this is how we're going to move around. So Halloween Horror Nights is a constant evolution.
Yes.
And we're constantly looking at ways to make our scares better, to make our stories better, to make the guest experience better.
Amazing.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So my final question, obviously we're heading into Halloween Horror Nights 35. And I know we're still waiting for some announcements, but what are you most looking forward to seeing people's reactions from at Halloween Horror Nights 35? Is there one particular house, scare zone attraction that you are really excited for people to see?
Well, there's a couple things that I'm going to point out. I'm really excited for people to see Jack and Dr. Oddfellow, and see this kind of new Infernal Carnival of Nightmares, because it is the whole entire park. I'm really excited for them to see Jack and Oddfellow, Chaos and Control, to hear about this story and how they came together in this horrific power play, right? But also, something that our team has been passionate about of wanting as an intellectual property in this event is Hellraiser.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see people's reaction to that classic horror film, right? That classic horror film franchise. We're really excited about that because it's been something that we as a creative team have really wanted in the event for so long.
Yeah.
It's nice for you to see that finally come
to life.
Yeah, especially on an anniversary year as well.
100%.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love, and this is kind of where you started, I love being at the front of the park, and it doesn't matter what night. It doesn't have to be night 1. It can be night 40. And just watching the guests when they first pass through. That moment is, in many ways, you see fear across people's faces, you see excitement, you see tears. I mean, people are just so excited and love this event so much because they have been doing it so brilliantly for the past 35 years. So watching just that gives you goosebumps as you just see that energy, and then it turns immediately into a scare.
Yeah.
And laughter, which is one thing that I think people may not really understand, is that the thing that we repeatedly see guests doing is they get scared, but it immediately turns into laughter. And that is such a release and such a wonderful thing to see people go through, and you know you've done it right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Speaking of doing things right, we're going to move on to Epic Universe.
Okay.
Epic
Beautiful.
Universe obviously turned 1 back in May.
Yes.
What a year it's been. Can you tell us a little bit about what you feel like the biggest achievement has been with Epic Universe over the last year?
It's so hard because the park is phenomenal. It truly, we set out to change the way people experience a theme park and really what that experience should be for a guest. And so, you bet on it and you hope, and then you set it out into the world. And the response has just been phenomenal. We are watching our guests just wanting to stay and have these experiences in these wonderful stories that are coming to life there. So, I don't think any of us are surprised by how excited people are, but I think we've just only started. And that's what's really exciting for us, is we know that there's even more coming for Epic Universe. But, we're going to let them enjoy it for now and then start to make some changes. But, the park has been wildly successful. It has completely changed Universal Orlando as a destination.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. We love it.
Oh,
we?
yes, we do. We love it. I was very, very lucky. We went to Epic Universe in June of this year.
Yes.
It was a work trip, so we had a VIP guide,
Wonderful.
which it was absolutely out of this world.
That is the way to do it.
Yes.
I mean, if you can, go on a VIP tour, because those guides are incredible at
They're so
telling you the
knowledgeable.
things that you just might not, as a regular passive guest, understand are happening, or
Yeah.
storytelling that is happening or present. And they have such amazing fun facts and tips and hidden gems that they can share with you and just make your experience so much more rich.
Yeah.
We knew that those properties would be wildly successful. I think the bet we made was on our own classic monsters and having a world dedicated to dark universe, which is like having Halloween almost all the year round right here in this one little world. I mean, that is one that we thought, let's hope. And it is the most popular area. People love going in there and interacting with some of the characters that are just roaming freely.
Yeah.
And,
there's beautiful
violinist.
violinist.
It's amazing.
So it really is.
I also love the trees.
Yes.
Yes. Every last detail was touched in that part of the park.
Well, and
like all those wickedly twisted trees.
And we don't talk about the loo ever, but there are
black toilet
fixtures. So I mean, to your point, every little detail was thought through to keep you immersed in what this world should be.
Yeah, it's incredible. And like you said before, Abby, when you go through that portal, you literally feel like
I don't know where
you're
I still don't know how that works.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and that was a device that the creative team really wanted to try and lean into, because it does take you from it. We call it the sorbet. Celestial Park is kind of the sorbet that cleanses your palate before you pass through that next portal and start your new adventure in the next world you're going to.
I think, Alison, you touched on it as well, and I know that we talk about it a lot, don't we, in everything that we do in our campaigns and things like that, but Universal Orlando Resort now, it is a destination, a theme park destination in its entirety, isn't it?
Yes. We've gone from being an add-on. Let's be really honest with ourselves. When people were coming to Orlando, they were adding a day, maybe 2 with us, and that was lovely. But we knew we had so much more in us. And honestly, since the opening of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, that really propelled us into the storytelling that we're doing today, the innovation that we're continuing to push the boundaries on. And so Epic Universe was really 10 years in the making of wanting to continue to grow our destination and give people more of a reason to stay longer. Yeah. So we've seen that flip from just a few days to now a week-long vacation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where with everything from Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure, but then Volcano Bay is such a lovely, relaxing day that I think a lot of people miss. Yeah. That kind of gives you that respite in the middle of all the theme park fun you're having. And now Epic Universe is just next level on top of all of it.
And you did mention briefly that there is more coming for Epic Universe. Yes. You recently have added the new nighttime show. Yes. Can you tell us just a little bit about that?
We're so excited because Epic was built so that it could have a major end of day kiss goodnight is what we like to call it. And the show is called Celestial Goodnight because it really does bring everything that's beautiful about that park, especially Celestial Park in that area. It's just got a million different light sources that I don't think people realize until you're standing there watching the show.
It's such a different place once the sun goes down.
And that was an intentional design, to have it feel very different when the sun goes down. So to now take that and all of the fountains that are found winding throughout the park and add in a massive fireworks display, which we cannot do at the other parks.
Yes.
We can only do this here. It is truly the crown jewel now on top of a day at the park. So we're super proud of it and really excited for the next time you all come. We'll take you, show you.
Yes, please. And just the very last question, you may not be able to, but can you give us any hints and tips on what might be coming next for Epic Universe?
I really wish I could. There's a lot of excitement. But that the park was always intended for more. It is sitting on a very large piece of property. And so, we're already thinking about the next thing for Epic. We're really excited about some things that are coming in the future just to the resort overall, because we're opening a new coaster next year, themed to Fast and Furious. It's called Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. It's going into Universal Studios Florida, where the Hollywood Rip Ride rocket coaster was. And it is going to be unlike anything we've done before. And we've got some pretty incredible coasters. But it is truly going to change the face of kind of the destination in City Walk as well. It comes out into City Walk. So it's pretty special and going to be a lot of fun. But there's more coming.
That's
Just
all
stay
we're
tuned.
getting.
That is all we're
Stay tuned.
Oh, amazing. Thank you both so much.
Well, thank you
We
for
could
having
sit
us.
for
Thank
such a
you.
long
Yes,
time
we could.
and talk all things horror and epic and all the stuff. We just love it, don't we?
Yes.
It has been a real pleasure. So thank you. And thank you all for joining us on another very special episode of the Florida Holidays podcast. You can find us anywhere that you get your podcasts. We're on YouTube, we're on all of your socials. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.